We are good to go. Sergeant at Arms.
Yep. President, can we start the meeting? Yes. Meeting call to order. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome to Taj Toastmasters Club, Club number 1158, Area 6, Division B, District 79. I am Mohammed Mateen, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Today is our first meeting of the program year, meeting number 936. Before we begin, let me read out the mission of our Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Please repeat the oath before me. For better listening, for better thinking, and better speaking. We learn by doing. Thank you. Since we are in an online meeting, members other than the role players, meeting leaders, and speakers are advised to mute their microphones during the meeting. However, I request you all to keep your videos on during the course of the meeting. You are urged to applaud using the emojis and through your video. As a general rule, Toastmasters encourages all speakers and role players to speak on any topic except politics, religion, and sex. I hope you will enjoy today's meeting as I would. Let me now hand over the control of the meeting to the presiding officer, a great Toastmaster, confident speaker, and exemplary leader, our presiding officer, none other than our president for the program year, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar Ramalingam. The stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Mohammed Mateen. What a way, what a new beginning, and what a way to initiate the first meeting of program year 2021-2022. On dot 7:15 we started, and that shows our commitment, our enthusiasm, and our initiative spirit to go ahead and go forth. And a beautiful theme that has been chosen by our Toastmaster of the day, a new beginning. For all of you present here, I am a person who believes that anything that is well begun is already half done. So I believe at Taj, we leave no stone unturned to make great beginnings. And today's meeting is one such great beginning. Thank you, everyone, especially our Vice President Education and all the Scrum members, the VPPR, the VP membership. Everybody is making sure that nothing is left unturned so that we are going to have not just a great meeting today, but a great year all through. As a new beginning, we all think of transforming ourselves into something great. And one thing that I wish to transform as a president for this program year is to make sure that every member gets the quality that they signed up for being a member of Taj Toastmasters Club. So today, let us make a transformational oath, a new beginning, that every member in this club should be a great speaker, a great leader, and should let go of all their fears when they are on the stage or on a bigger platform where they need to show their speaking and leadership prowess. So let us all work in unison towards that common goal. And with that spirit and mojo, we will just move into today's meeting. So before I go on to today's meeting, I have a few announcements to make. That is the winners of last meeting. Our last meeting winners were, the best speaker was Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh Pillai. The best table topic speaker was Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal Qasim. Our best evaluator was Toastmaster Karunakaran. Our best meeting leader was Toastmaster Sunil Idikulla. And our best of big three was Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. Please give them a big round of applause. So it's our routine to introduce our guests who are here with us, our distinguished guests. We have several of them here with us today. So let me call upon them. Dear guests, please introduce yourself. Let me first call Mr. Praveen. Mr. Praveen.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Praveen. I'm from India, Hyderabad, and I'm working as a project manager in Compass Project Management Company in Riyadh. Came to Riyadh, Saudi 3 years back, and it's a great chance to meet everyone through Toastmaster Club. Thank you, Toastmaster Club.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Praveen. I believe you too would enjoy and benefit from the Toastmasters experience as we have all benefited. So, next, I call upon Mr. Karamat Sharif. Mr. Karamat Sharif.
Yeah, hi, good evening, Dr. Sundar.
Hi, good evening.
Pleasure all mine, and a long overdue from Manaz, which have been like a long overdue by Manaz inviting me on the Toastmaster Club, and I'm like professionally associated with Manaz, working with the company. So I work for a company which does the manufacturing part of the business. So I'm based out of Riyadh and very closely associated with Manaz. So looking forward, and all the best to the speakers and the team today, and looking forward for a great journey with Taj Toastmasters. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Karamat. I believe you too would enjoy the same as we do.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure is always ours. For the next, let me call upon Mr. Parvez. Mr. Parvez.
Yes, this is Parvez. Hi. Thank you to introduce myself in Toastmaster meeting. Once again, I am Parvez Ahmed Ansari, staying in Riyadh, and I'm working with Saudi Electricity Company last 10th year. In fact, 10th year completed, and this is 11th year is going on in Riyadh, same company. And I introduced myself in this meeting from Mr. Minhaz, and I thank to Minhaz that he introduced me in this group because I want to improve my English and my presentation skill. And I feel that this is good opportunity to improve our presentation as well as our professional career. And about myself, I would like to say that I have 2 kids. Both are studying in IISR, and I'm staying in Rauda. And once again, I will improve, and I'm very thankful to Manhad and Toastmaster team, and looking forward in this group. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Parvez. We are happy to have you here with us today. Next, may I call upon Mr. Rajashekar? Mr. Rajashekar? Yes, sir.
Yes. Hi, am I audible?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Good evening, one and all. My name is Rajashekar. I'm being introduced by Manas. We are colleagues and friends over 10 years now. Presently working with Duncan. I'm the Ops Excellence Manager, and yeah, I'm just feeling the warmth of being toasted, I would say. Just getting to see people speak, it's really exciting to see how they pronounce and how they articulate while they speak very confidently. I look forward to a lot of learnings going forward. Yes, I am from India, from Silicon City, which is Bangalore, now based out of Riyadh, working for Duncan. That's it about that's all about myself. Thank you for giving me a chance to introduce, and all the best to all the speakers today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rajshekar. The pleasure is always ours to have distinguished guests like you here with us today. A thing that I recently studied upon during this COVID-19 pandemic, where every profession is being challenged, is one of the best investments that you could possibly do at this point of time is to invest on yourself. And Toastmasters is one such platform. If you have just 2 to 3 hours of time that you could invest per week, then believe me, this is the right platform where you could do it without any hassles. And we are all there to help you on that aspect. As part of our meeting proceedings, we learn about a new word every meeting. And to introduce the word of today's meeting, let me call upon the word master, Toastmaster Jabir Ali, a member who joined us recently, although he has been a part of Taj since before 10 years, but he has in fact impressed us all with his enthusiasm. Toastmaster Jabir Ali, could you please introduce the word of the day?
Presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening to all. For today's meeting, the word is transform. The meaning is change in composition or structure, change the outward form or appearance, change in character or condition of something or someone. In mathematics, a mathematical quantity obtained from a given quantity by an algebraic, geometric, or functional transformation. Simple example for this usage: a little creativity can transform an ordinary meal into a special event. The old factory has been transformed into an art gallery. Synonyms for this word: convert, mutate, revolutionize, revamp, remodel, reconstruct, switch, commute, makeover, metamorphose, transfigure, transmute, transpose. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day, and I shall report on its usage when called upon by the general evaluator. Back to presiding officer.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jabir Ali. I request all members who take over the stage today to use the word transform, not only in today's meeting, but also throughout to improve your vocabulary. Moving up next, without further ado, we will be going to the main aspect of the Toastmasters meeting, that's the education session. And to conduct today's educational session, we have an excellent Toastmaster. I would rather call him a person who's so humble despite his remarkable achievements. Hailing from Pudukkottai in Tamil Nadu, this gentleman is a top-class academician and researcher with over 150 publications cited in internationally reputed journals. A medical microbiologist and an associate professor at King Saud University in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, he is blessed with a happy family, one wife, a son, and a daughter. So let's put our hands together to welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam. Dr. Arunachalam, the stage is yours.
Am I audible?
Loud and clear, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. President, for your nice introduction. No one can ever take your memory from you. Each day is a new beginning. Make good memory every day, said Kathleen Pushipper. Fellow Toastmasters and delighted guests, a warm good evening to all of you. What a fantastic theme of today meeting, a new beginning. Every day is a change to begin again. Don't focus on the failures of yesterday. Start today with the positive thought and expectations. Each time you fail, start all over again, and you will get stronger until you have accomplished a goal. Perhaps not one of you set out of achieve, but one you will be delighted to remember. Every moment is a fresh beginning. So life is a continual cycle of ending and beginnings. Beginnings are existing. They are full of promise, enthusiasm, and opportunity for change. So, fellow Toastmasters, we can use this platform to make a remarkable impact and build a new life with happiness. None of us are defined of what will happen tomorrow. All we have is 24 hours each day and do our best. Be inspired, be encouraged, and be the best that you can be this new beginning day. With this information, let me start my role as a Toastmaster of the evening. We have many faces today, so I will explain what do we in the typical meetings. There are three main parts of this program. The first one is prepared speech, the second table topics, and the final evaluations. The prepared speech, this part of the program is for members who have worked several days on their speech as per the project criteria and manual. The second, table topics, is a practice in impromptu speaking for at least 1 minute on the topic without any preparations. This is usually for those members are not scheduled to speak on the programs, so that everyone get an opportunity to speak. The final evaluations. In this part of program, all that we do in the meeting is evaluated and provide instant feedback in a positive, so that we speaker look forward to speak again. Apart from that, the general evaluator will provide the evaluation of entire sessions. Every successful programs require the assistance of several Toastmasters. We have some leaders tonight who will be helping to make this meeting successful. You have already met the word masters. So before start this, I request to respected VP Education, do you have any changes in our agenda? Please help me to explain.
No more changes.
Thank you. VP Education's Toastmaster Gigi Goshi. Our first leader, our accountant, will be Toastmaster PK Pillai. Toastmaster, could you please explain your role today? Toastmaster.
Greetings, Presiding Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the counter is to note the words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or this. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker has used these expressions. Thank you, Presiding Toastmaster. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Our next leader, our grammarian tonight is Toastmaster Mohammad Shakir. Toastmaster, could you please explain the duty of the grammarian?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As grammarian, I will monitor and will write down the language and grammar usage of all speakers, noting incomplete sentences, mispronunciation, grammatical mistakes, non sequiturs, malapropism, etc. I will give my complete report when called on by the General Evaluator. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster. The next leader, our listener tonight, the Toastmaster, Mohammad Ijaz. Toastmaster, could you please explain your role as a listener?
Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guest. Being a good listener is as just the important being a good speaker. As the listener of the day, today, I will be noting the interesting tidbits of the information from any of the speaker and ask questions at the end of the meeting to see if anyone is paying attention. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmasters. The next leader serving as a timer tonight is Mohammad Iqbal Kasim. Mr. Timer, could you please explain your duty?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. As a timer, my duty is to record time for prepared speeches, table topics, and speech evaluations, which is happening in this meeting. The green light indicates qualifying time. The amber light will alert the speaker to conclude. The red light will be continued, will be the maximum time, and you will have 30 seconds additional to wrap up. The red light will continue until the speaker finishes the speech. I will report time taken by each speaker when called upon by the general evaluator. Over to Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Our next leader, our vote counter tonight is Toastmaster Dr. Sundar Ramalingam. Doctor, could you please explain your role today?
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and all my dear friends, warm good evening once again. As your vote counter, I shall help you decide the best speaker, the best table topic speaker, the best meeting leader, the best evaluator, and the best of big three. So we shall be doing the voting using a Google Forms link, and the link will be shared to you as and when the voting is called for through the Google Zoom chat. And you can just select the best performer of the day for that particular category, depending upon their ability to perform in that particular role. As a vote counter, I shall not be voting except when there is the need to break a tie. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmasters. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Every second brings a fresh beginning. Every hour holds a new promise. Every night, our dream can bring a hope, and every day is what you choose to make it. According this flow Toastmasters, write in your heart that every day is a new beginning. Let us start our prepared speech session. Our first speech is from path L4C1. People will call the first speaker. May I request the first speaker evaluator. He is one of the energetic speaker, Toastmaster Zizumon Jose. Could you read the objectives of the speech, please? Toastmaster, please unmute your mic.
Good evening, Toastmasters, and welcome guests. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skill needed to address audience's challenges when he or she presents outside of the Toastmasters Club. Timer, please note, the speech length is 10 to 15 minutes. Speech title is Parenting. I wish good luck to my speaker. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
This speaker is currently working as a global planning and control manager at Bharat Logistic Cooperator Office. Prior to come to Riyadh, worked as marketing manager in Baltimore for 18 years. Served as a president and vice chairman of WMCP, Washington Metropolitan Cricket Board. His speech title, Parenting. His opinion about a new beginning. Every day we go through the same journey, but if you think about it, it's beginning of a new one. The change to see the world differently, to contribute to understand. What an amazing viewpoint. Please help me welcome to Toastmaster Ibrahim Karchikar onto the stage.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Am I visible?
Yes.
So this just need to adjust a little bit. I hope it stays that way. Good evening, Toastmasters of the evening. Distinguished guests and judges. How many of you amongst you are parents in this meeting? How many children do you have? How many of you think that children are delicate? We are a complex machine and children are delicate. How many of you think that? Okay, so to tell me one thing, what is more complicated? Is it a child or an aeroplane?
It's a child.
Always a child.
Yeah. Now, if you are required, can you go simply and fly a plane, or do you need a license? You need a pilot license unless you won't be even allowed to get into the cockpit. So how about children? Do we go through any educational process? So become parents. Unfortunately, no, the world where we live in, I think we learn on job. Like Frederick Douglass once said, it's easier to build strong children than to fix broken men. So what is it that's going to make strong children? If they're strong in their childhood, physically, more mentally, how would they become more mentally strong? By practicing good, healthy habits. They don't learn by telling them, but they learn watching you. So you need to practice. You have a significant responsibility to practice healthy habits so they would adopt and they would become a better, mentally healthy citizens of the future world. Mentally strong parents, they don't let the children avoid responsibility. Instead of letting your child blame others for the problem, they hold them accountable and let them face the consequences of the action. So if you don't know how it is supposed to learn or cope with the inevitable justices, how is he going to survive in the world? They need to learn to manage themselves. They have to practice making choices day in, day out. So how many of you truly, when you were growing, had the freedom to make choices? We talk about practicing all day in Toastmasters. And how many of us truly were raised in a fashion where we got the freedom to make choices, meaning we practiced making choices. Trust me, majority of us, our parents make those choices for us. They decided what is good for us. And that's exactly how we have grown. And since there is significant wisdom out there, we are now blessed to have lots and lots of research and content which can assist us, which can help us educate ourselves. And it's never too late. It's never too late to educate ourselves how we can be a better parent. So the lesson here is that your energy is better spent teaching your kids the skills they need to flourish rather than trying to protect them from the outside world. So you need to set some strong boundaries for your child. So the child doesn't think that the world revolves around them, but they live in an interdependent world. I just returned from vacation and I think I have a news to share with you guys. And I think maybe awe
some of you may do.
Toastmaster Ibrahim, why do you think that we need to build boundaries for the kids? Would it not be stopping their growth?
Well, that's a valid point, Mr. Mateen. Certainly, I think you make a valid point. And I wish I had some more energy as much as you have here. So can I request you one thing? I suggest if you can borrow the link from our Dr. Sundar, and I need to know how many children do we have totally responsible from this group. You can do the voting and you can get, so at the end of the session, I wish I could know how many children are we parenting as a group. Can you please do that for me?
Toastmaster Ibrahim, your suit is looking very good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Manas. And it appears like, well, you have good eyes.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So getting back to our children raising, that's the more important point we are discussing here. So you want your child to believe in themselves, right?
By the way, you make a very good point, Toastmaster Ibrahim. It is really, it is needed to be a good parent for the child. It is a good point you make.
Thank you. And I think Toastmaster Hassan, I think good point. And I think I wish we had as much time, truly lengthy time, where we could give everyone an opportunity to speak. And I think you bring an awesome point. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. I can't agree more than what I do. So while I was back in US, my son got married. He married the sweetheart of his life. And he's just 20 years and 6 months. So if he was in India, perhaps it would have been illegal. That's how it goes, right? A year back, we were having a family discussion about this. Jenna, she is one of the most beautiful girl I have ever seen from her. She's equally gorgeous as well. But the way she carries herself is unmatched. I haven't seen a girl so down to earth, so humble, and so much principle-centered than her. My son, a year back, I had this FaceTime call, and he was hesitant. But then, the kind of environment we have raised our children, where they are free to talk about anything. I said, Dad, I need to get married. I said, wow, that's nice. I said, is the girl Jenna? Because she often used to come to our house. And my son is like, yes, Dad. And he was a little shaky, he couldn't even do. I said, oh, relax. He wasn't quite sure, based typically in America, they say the Asian parent, how the reaction of the Asian parent would be. So I said, well, relax. Okay, let's talk about this. What is going to require? And then he listed out that A, B, C, D, E. We need to do these.
Are you doing Toastmaster Manas?
Yes, sir. Is that Manas? Do you have some interesting topic to share, sir?
No, it was not me. It was Toastmaster Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah, so can we share those thoughts? Interesting point. I love that. Yeah. So getting back to the topic.
Actually, I was addressing to my friend. Okay. Continue.
Yes, sir. I like that you bring in significant content to this meeting, and I can save that by the end of the session. As you know, we have time constraints, so would truly appreciate if you can just hold those thoughts. I love those ideas. So he is saying, well, Dad, the biggest challenge they have is someone needs to go and talk to the girl's parents.
Mr. Ibrahim,
Yes, sir.
I'm really wondering what you're speaking with us today, because you started about parenting and you were asking us questions that whether we are all parents and how many child we have, and you asked us to create a survey, and then now you're going to tell your story about your son's marriage. You think that we all don't know about parenting? I believe most of us are qualified, and it's not rocket science.
you make a valid point, sir. And since having a PhD, you definitely have significant wisdom about this area. And I can't agree more than what you did, because everything what you said made sense to me. And I'm just trying to portray how I as a parent have evolved, how I as an Asian parent living in America was able to adjust, cope, and adopt wisdom. That's the wisdom which, that's the point what I was trying to make. So to cut long story short, I said to son that all his life, what he lived, he has taken upon the responsibility. He has accumulated the entire wisdom, and he is capable of going and talking to the girl's parents. So guess what he did? He prepared a PowerPoint presentation. He prepared a PowerPoint presentation and he went to the girl's dad, who happens to be altogether different culture, and said, well, sir, I want to marry your girl. And I have brought in a presentation to explain why I want to. And he was having a smile. So I will let you explain that. And he gave the entire presentation. And at the end of the presentation, the girl's father and mother happens to be a police officer. And they were convinced that, okay, so well, welcome to the family. That was the response what they gave. So, not that Mazen has been raised that he got everything what he wanted. I think he worked hard for lots of stuff. Many of you must have known to what extent did he truly struggle with his SMA and achieve the 100% SAT. So the point what I want to make here is I want to share this awareness, an essential aspect of how do you manage emotions among the children. If I was not mentally strong, and if I go back a generation back, then perhaps I would have had a different reaction. I was mentally strong. I had to convince my wife to be strong. And we all, so far, are very happy the way things transpired. We had a simple ceremony, COVID-19, because he had marked the date a year back. 28 May, Dad, I'm going to do the nikah. Well, here the travel restrictions were there. And well, based on everything what we discussed, I said, with me or without me, I want you to proceed with the plan. And that was the plan. So, to cut long story short, all parents want their children to have the best possible future, but you will be surprised to learn that positive emotional and behavior development is just the integral to success. He will be happy. The choices what he makes is going to make him happy. And what I have discovered that through experience is that parents need to work on their own behaviors in order to raise mentally strong children. He has seen me all my life. So mentally strong parents promote responsibility and perseverance over a victim mentality. I wish you all could wish him a happy life. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ibrahim, for perfect speech with interactions about parenting. For our second speech is from Bath, L2P1. Before we call the second speaker, may I request second speaker evaluator. He is one of active speaker, Toastmaster Karthikeyan. Could you read the objectives of the speech, please?
Good evening, Toastmaster of the evening. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. A very warm good evening once again. The purpose of this speech is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share the impact of his or her style on others. The speech title was Communication Style, and the speech length was 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to my speaker. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Toastmasters. This speaker is basically software engineer and currently Victic Mac tutor, married and having 2 daughters, the person who says her dreams. Speech title, Communication Style. Her view of new beginning is like Buddha said, no matter how hard the fast is, you can always begin again. What a fantastic viewpoint. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Nittu Radis on the stage.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Good evening, Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Myself, Neetu Radish. Today I am in front of you for my speech title, Communication Style. See, what is communication and from where we are starting the communication? See, from the day one we born till the last breath of our life. See, each and every second in our life we are communicating to one or another people, some persons, everything. So each second in our life, we are communicating through our actions or through our language or through the body structure. So we cannot avoid, because in our sleep also we will be communicating through dreams. True? So what today my agenda is to explain you what is the communication styles. There are 4 communication styles, what I understood. Directive, analytical, initiative, supportive. But I think everyone will be using the 4 styles in our life in some or other situations. But as a born talent or born style, we'll be having one of the thing as major. Am I right? Because in each and every situation, we will be changing our style, right? We will be communicating with your family in one style. In the workplace we will be communicating in different style, with the friends in the 3rd style. So as my opinion, each one of you in your life or in my life, we are using all the types of styles, but still we will be having any one of the style as major. I believe that I have a direct style of communication. I will explain you how and with one incident which happened in my life. See, I got awarded as the Star Performer of the Month in my company. But the same day, I am going to resign. The fine morning, I decided myself, because of some personal issues, I decided to resign and I was mentally prepared and I reached the office. The same day, I was hearing that I was awarded the best performer of the month, and that too, first time in the history of that company. So I should be proud and I should be happy. Definitely. Seriously, right? Everybody will be happy, over enjoy. But my situation is different because I was totally blank and I was ready to give my resignation. Same, because of the star employee, the MD called me to have a meeting. And he asked me, how you feel? Because you are the star employee and you got a good opportunity and you got a gift that you are the first one who received this award. How you feel now? See, if you got the chance, what would be your answer? Anyone? Please.
I will take back my resignation.
You will take back. But you cannot. You have some problem, serious issues there. You cannot do. And your MD is asking you how you feel. It's not what you're going to do. How you feel that moment. See, majority people will be happy. But I am sad. Seriously, I am sad. And I answered him that, sorry, sir, I'm not mentally prepared to accept this award. And I am not in a happy mood. See, my MD was expecting something else, but I am telling something different. That full scenario, full atmosphere was changed because of my one sentence. So because I was directly telling him what is the happening, what the actual happening was. But later I realized that what I have done is wrong. I should be tactful enough, or analytically I should think, and I should have replied to him, right? Because at least that 5 to 10 minutes, or in that cabin, or in that atmosphere, I should not spoil his mood, right? Because I can convey this to my manager, or after that he will convey to the MD. It's not that much necessary that I assess low, because I was a project leader that time. So it is not required me to tell my resignation to the MD. I would have avoided that. But I didn't avoid, because of my direct communication style, I have conveyed the thing to him. But later I felt that I would have told in a tactical manner, so at least that atmosphere will be positive. So from my experience, I understood that in some situations, whatever our major communication style, depends upon the situation, we should change. At least for that 5 minutes or 10 minutes, because of to make the atmosphere positive, we should change our communication style and help others. See, if it is a good communication, it should be in both ways. It should be give and take policy. Not only we should tell them and they should listen, or we should overrule them. It's not that. It should be both the ways. Then only it can be a good communication. There should be a good listener and good speaker. Then only it can be a positive communication, and it will be effective. So my request to everyone and my suggestion, and I will also follow the same, that whatever our major communication style, but still according to the situation, please try to change our style, at least for some time, for limited time, to make others happy. Thank you, and back to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nittu, for great speech with different type of communication styles. Our third speech is from Path TTM, second speech. Before we call the third speaker, may I request third speaker evaluator. He is the energetic speaker, Toastmaster Naresh Kumar, to read the objectives of the speech, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Arunachal, Dr. Arunachal. My speaker is going to give his speech for his DTM achievement project. So the purpose of the project is, number one, to demonstrate his skill as a leader as well as the communicator. He needs to complete a project which will demonstrate his skill as a leader as well as a public speaker, number one. Number two, he needs to share experience in terms of while completing that project. That's it. All the best to my speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Our third speaker is an academician, clinician, and researcher by profession, and Toastmaster by passion, presently working as an associate consultant, oral surgeon at King South University Medical City. As a Toastmaster since 2017, he has taken up several leadership roles and won in many speech contests. Currently, he is a president of Taj Toastmasters Club, Riyadh. The speech title, Virtual Research Day 2020. His opinion about a new beginning. It doesn't matter when, where, how, and why, but every journey is a success needs a new beginning. What a great opinion. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Dr. Sundar Ramalingam on stage.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster, for that generous introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and all my dear friends, and for the sake of all the guests present here, I have always been wondering, the day since I joined Toastmasters, is it really going to benefit me in my profession? Am I going to transform a new beginning based on what experiences that I get out of my passion being a Toastmaster? There is a familiar saying that we always say in the academic, research, and the medical field. This is called publish or perish. Well, the meaning is simple. Evidence-based practice is the key or the bottom line which determines how we treat patients. So we have to do research and publish our findings. If we don't do that, we ultimately perish as professionals in the medical world. I believe this applies to several fields of specialty as well, but this has severe impetus in the medical field because we are dealing with human lives. One example that I often quote when it comes to publish or perish is like, you see that there is a familiar vaccine that has been developed in India, a homemade vaccine called Covaxin, but unfortunately, it is still not approved by the WHO because it has still not been able to give out the published final results. Hopefully, there is news that it is going to give out its final results based on which it might be approved. So that much significance publication and research has in the medical field. One of the greatest drawbacks that we faced when the COVID-19 pandemic happened was we were not able to have research deliberations or conferences or whatever it is due to the lockdown scenario. So in that area, we came up with a brainchild, which was the first ever virtual oral and maxillofacial surgery research day that was planned in our department in King Saud University. Let me share my screen. So it was planned in early August, and then we had scheduled a date in November to conduct the event. So how do we bring about research talents from all over? So the idea was to have a two-pronged strategy. On the one hand, we need to bring in the budding researchers presenting their findings. On the other hand, we need to give deliberations or keynote addresses from senior researchers from all around the world. So that was the idea behind conducting the whole event. And in a pilot program, we just decided that we should do it for only a half-a-day program in the initial phase and slowly expand it when it comes to the subsequent years. So with that in the process, we had our child, the baby, the first oral and maxillofacial surgery research day, which was conducted on 21st of November 2020. So this event was sponsored by two pioneering institutions which have been at the forefront of research and development when it comes to oral and maxillofacial surgery specialty in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. One is King Saud University, the Department of Maxillofacial Surgery, where I belong to, and the Saudi Society of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. So when we had the sponsorship of two major stalwarts, obviously it was very easy to spread out the information that we are going to have an event of this caliber. So this was one of the major challenges that I had to face, to bring both teams together and get them coordinated and going forth in the common idea. I was leading the scientific committee. So I had actually decided with my team to have 3 keynote speeches, which is about from great speakers and researchers in the specialty from all over the world, and the other one being a research project presentation for the undergraduate students and also the postgraduate trainees, because they are the people who will be able to bring out the budding talent in the forefront, and that's what is the primary idea of an event such as this. And this was the final flyer. Once we decided upon them, we had 3 great speakers, one of them a senior researcher and clinician from Canada, the other one from UK, and we also had one more researcher and clinician from here in Saudi Arabia. And we had a great registration process going on. You would not believe us, it was initially almost close to 300 registrations. And in terms of the abstracts for the research presentations, we received close to around 85 abstracts in both the categories. I meant the undergraduate category and the postgraduate category. So we had to have a team, a dedicated team of members who will review those abstracts, find out those that are qualitative ones that can be presented in a big forum like this, because now with a virtual environment, we are going global and it is no more local. So we need to have the best of the best researchers being put forth and showcased. So we had an entire team working on that, and we shortlisted on 18 abstracts altogether, one on that is 10 on the undergraduate category and 8 on the postgraduate category. So due to lack of time constraints, because as I was mentioning to you earlier, we had planned only for a half-a-day event. So we decided to go with only 5 in each category. So that is 10 abstract presentations and the 3 keynote speeches, which will make the entire package complete. And this was the final agenda which I had prepared as the scientific committee lead. And we went through the same agenda without any issues in timing or any glitches in terms of the Zoom connectivity. In fact, we decided, because this was not just a one-time issue, we wanted to have it as a recurring event. In fact, we have already started planning for this year's event now. And in order to know how we performed, we decided to make a survey on what is the feedback that we get from our audience. And one of the things that we noticed is like almost all categories that we had inquired people about, it was like 4 stars or more. And if you could look at it, the response rate, it was almost 236. We had close to around 500 attendees, and out of that 236 responses is something mind-blowing for a virtual event such as this. And we did not stop short. We did not stop with that one. We also decided that these budding talents should be judged and given a prize. This was actually conducted at the last moment, and we were able to find out some philanthropists, professors from the university and in our specialty, and decided that we will award those budding talents who are at the forefront of their presentation and research skills. So we were able to generate close to around 4,000 riyals of sponsorship from philanthropists, like from their own pocket money, and they paid, and we announced those prizes and also given to them. Some of the lessons that we learned were actually put up in a report, and one of the important thing that is the positive aspect is, in spite of being a virtual event, we were able to give a quality package, something that has not been ever done before in Saudi Arabia. And it was a very short and crisp event, and people were so glued that almost 450 attendees were there from the beginning till the end. Well, this is the positive. On the contrary side, we had a similar issue with the number of attendees as well. We had underestimated ourselves. So when we embarked on this one, we started with a webinar account, which was only up to 500 participants. So by the time we started the program and the first speech was being delivered, we were close to 499, and there were already 60 people waiting outside and sending text messages. We were not able to join. Luckily, my boss, who was the organizing chairman, was able to make the payment at the moment, and then we were able to bring the waiting members back in. And one thing that we missed is, like, because this was a scientific deliberation, people usually present their own work. So we did not want to go into social media. So that was the reason why we did not go in for a YouTube live or Facebook live stream. So we wanted it to be on a webinar based stream. So we also were able to have some moderators asking questions and answers, and a discussion kind of deliberation was set up. So that was the only glitch that we faced. So overall, it was a great event that I really benefited planning out, and I made sure that everybody who attended benefited out of it. So this event was indeed the final underlining answer that said, Sundar, you joined Toastmasters for no specific reason. You had joined and you had developed the skills of organizing an event, planning an event, and conducting it with great enthusiasm, and also in an excellent fashion. So this all credit goes to the Toastmasters lessons that I have learned as a Toastmaster, planning out several events, giving out communication, projects, speeches, and also conducting events. The lessons learned, as I told you, on the positive, we had a great response. So we are this time planning for almost a one-day-long program, and we are also planning for something more, like kind of an interactive sessions or sessions wherein members could benefit, like a kind of training session, which could also be incorporated. So this is the plan that we are trying to incorporate. And this time, we are not going to take any chances with regard to the attendance in terms of Zoom. We are trying to plan and go for the biggest attendance that is possible, and are planning to market it as much early as possible so that we are able to get a much wider reach, much greater attendance, and an even more successful program. So, friends, what have I learned and what do I want to give out of this? this being a project that I'm showcasing for the sake of being a distinguished Toastmaster indicates that the arena, the fraternity that we are all practicing in is an area where we can develop and improve ourselves if we have the initiative to begin new, to transform, and to take things forward. If we are laid back, nobody is going to push us forward. But if we are ready to take one step ahead, there are an entire team of people who are going to push with you, and this energy is going to keep you successful. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar, for an amazing speech with PPT presentation about Virtual Research Day 2020. Our final speaker, our fourth speaker, is from Pathway LB L4P1. Before we call fourth speaker, may I request fourth speaker evaluator is a dynamic and great storyteller speaker, Toastmaster Abdul Nasser, to read the objectives of the speech, please.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. And special good evening to my speaker. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of his experience leading a team. Back to Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster. This speaker is working in Riyadh Pharma past 10 years and production senior executives. He has 2 kids, 1 son and daughter. He was Area 6 Humorous Champion 2021. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Maya Krishnan on stage.
Am I audible?
Little your Toastmaster Maya Krishnan, just to improve your volume. Your volume is very less.
Am I audible now?
Little, very little.
Just a moment, I will change. Am I audible now?
Yeah, loud and clear.
No matter how smart you are, if you don't know how to work with people, your dreams will just be dreams. Say Jack Ma. Dear fellow Toastmaster, guest Gavin, a warm good evening to all. March 2001, when I was in college, the PT master come to my class and asked, who is the one going to lead a NSS camp for this year? Just raise the hand. Totally 11% raised the hand, including myself. The PT master laughed. The leader should be 1%, not 11%. Your people just sit and select a leader. I will come back after 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, he come back. And he asked, have you selected a leader? I said, sir, still now not yet. Why? Because 11% deserve to be a leader. It's very difficult to select a leader. You only select a leader. Me? But my selection process is a little bit different. Whether it's okay for you? Okay, sir, no issues. First he called, Magesh, come here. Explain that. What is the role of leader and leadership qualities? Magesh laughed at PT master. Sir, already I have a leadership quality by birth. What? Yes, my father is not a man. been that local panchayat president for past 20 years. So you can consider me the same potential myself also have. No, no, I will not accept. Because we are going to select a team leader for NSS camp, not a panchayat. You are rejected. Next, Maya, come here. Explain the role of leader and leadership quality. I said, a creative leader is not to have all about ideas. It's create a culture where everyone have idea and like that they are valued. Wow, great. What about leadership quality? Leadership quality is required some skill like decision-making skill, relationship management skills, strategy planning skill, never give up, always be confident whatever the situation, where near the leader, the followers will get automatically energy, so be positive, think differently, and knowing the importance of time. These are the skills required for leadership qualities. Wow, great. Next, come. Mostly all the person explain very well about the leadership and leader role. Now the PT master have got confused how to select a leader. Then he went for next process. He distributed 11 mango seeds to each person and said, after 1 month, just I want to see the growthness of seeds. Which seeds gets growth more, they are the one going to lead the NSS camp. He distributed all the seeds. After 2 weeks, the people are started. My seeds are sprout out already. The seeds are, it comes nearly 1 or 2 meters. Really, I was upset because my seeds, which I planted, still now not yet come, nothing, empty pot. After 1 month, the PT master came and told to all the people, tomorrow bring your plant. Just I want to check and I am going to announce the leader. The next day, all the people brought their plants and kept it in the desk. The PT master checked all the plants. All the plants are well growth like a flourish. Finally, he asked me, Maya, show me your plant. I shown the empty pot. What is this? What is this? You are not watering the plant? No, sir. Every day I water and I checked whether seeds are or not. No. PT master congratulated everyone. Now he is going to announce the leader. The leader is pin drop silent. Mr. Maya Krishna Gunasekaran. All are got very shocked. Sir, what is the reason? Just to see our seeds already grow up nearly 2 meters. Maya have nothing, only empty pot. How you are selected? I will tell the secret. Before I distribute the seeds, already that seeds are boiled and dried with scorchy sunlight. There is no more chance to grow up. Your people changed the seeds and cheated to me to get the leadership position. But Maya didn't do that. He followed the honesty. Honesty is one of the major role in leadership qualities. That's why I have selected as a team leader. I am really happy on the time. Just I took the chance. And nearly 100 volunteers, I divided into 4 groups. First group, they started planting trees everywhere in the village. Second group, they started educate the village people about pollution, environment. Third group, they started area street cleaning, drain, everywhere. Everyone, they did their best. 4th group, they started educate the village people about pollution, environment. Third group, they started area street cleaning, drain, everywhere. Everyone, they did their best. 5th group, they started educate the village people about pollution, environment. 6th group, they started area street cleaning, drain, everywhere. 7th group, they started educate the village people about pollution, environment. 8th group, they started area street cleaning, drain, everywhere. 9th group, they started educate the village people about pollution, environment. 10th group, they started area street cleaning, drain, everywhere. 11th group, they started educate the village people about pollution, environment. 12th group, they started area street cleaning, drain, everywhere. 13th group, they started educate the village people about pollution, environment. 14th group, they started area street cleaning, drain, everywhere. 15th group, they started educate the Finally, the camp was successfully transformed to the next level. Over to.
Thank you, Toastmaster Maya Krishnan. Wonderful performance. Now the first session of our meeting completed, and it's the time for voting. Mr. Timer, you can please check all the speakers are qualified.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. All speakers are qualified except Toastmaster Dr. Sundar Ramalingam.
Okay, thank you. In meanwhile, votings, let me continue with some tips for making the choice of building new buildings. You can learn from past mistakes and failures rather than allowing them to keep you back. Analyze your mistake for learning, but don't stay on them. Making a conscious decision to pursue your goal, allowing you to improve. You are not constant with what you have got right now. You must have to add to your ambitions. You get to start to adventure of self-discovery, discovering what work best of you make you happy. Now it is time to have a vibrant table topic session. Today, the table topic master is our Vice President, PR Toastmaster Rajos. Our table topic master did MBA in international business, working in enterprise company as the assistant manager of account. Living in Riyadh, completed 2 paths in pathways. Division B, assistant director program quality. Club president, Grand Professional Club. Club coach, diplomatic Toastmaster Club, and BPPR Taj. Please help me to welcome Toastmaster Rajos on the stage to conduct table topic session.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam, for the generous introduction. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, very warm good evening. Welcome to our interesting session of table topic session. Before that, a brief introduction. Table topic enables a member to develop the skills of impromptu speaking. That means table topics is for training our members to quickly organize and express their thoughts. You can consider that speech as a tiny prepared speech, like with an opening, body and a conclusion. But it should be based on the topic provided by the table topic master. I will read the table topic and will be called someone from you to speak. Each speaker is required to speak for a minimum of 1 minute to qualify. Timer will show the green upon 1 minute and amber at 1 minute 30 seconds, and lastly upon 2 minutes the red light. You will get 30-second additional to wrap up your speech. Now, without any ado, let us move to the first topic of today's session. Which was the best turning point in your life? How? Which was the best turning point in your life and how? To attend this topic, I would like to call Toastmaster Jijo Koshi.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for that great question. This was the turning point for me, while I was sitting much relaxed, not expecting a call from the table topic master today. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guest. Marriage, marriage, marriage. Is it not the most turning point in each one of you? Indeed. I was hunting Bangalore, Kerala, Bombay. Where is my soulmate? I got my soulmate 1,000 kilometers far away from Bangalore, Kerala. Did our hearts match? It did. After the wedding. It's very difficult. I am sure all of you had this trouble. Is it not? Finding the right match, finding the soulmate is the turning point of your life. It can make you, it can break you. So make the right decision. Get married. Friends, I have a great, happily married life at this point. And all this happiness is brought by my wife and my daughter now. If you want to be happy, don't expect a one-way communication. It has to be a two-way communication. Give respect, take respect. Treat her as equal to you. Then only it will go together and you can make a happy life. So that was my turning point in my life, my marriage, which turned me from a bachelor enjoying without any destination to a focused life. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. Now, the second topic is, what was the best transformation choice you missed and regretted? What was the best transformation choice once you missed and regretted? To attend this question, I would like to call Toastmaster Manas Al-Bukhari. Toastmaster Manas.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Roy Joss. There are a lot of fantastic choices in our life which we usually miss, but we don't dare to say it because we are married and we live a peaceful life and we want to make that peaceful life continue. I don't want a transformation happening again in my life. So I don't want to disclose the most important or the most missed transformation which I missed in my life. But that reminds me about my college days. When I was in the third year, we all go get campus placements, and our campus placement in hotel management is hotels coming up to our hotel school and giving us opportunity. So the first hotel school which came was Four Seasons from Maldives in Kudahura. And as soon as I heard the name Maldives, a lot of fantasies came across my mind, and I said, I'm going to get this and I'm going to go there to Maldives to enjoy the rest of my life. And my dreams started, but all these dreams started when I did not attend any other interviews except for Maldives, Kudahura, Four Seasons, and I got through it. But all these dreams shattered when a tsunami came and swept that hotel away for 1 year. It was like a COVID-19 for me at that time, wherein I was stuck. I was not sure what I could do because a lot of other hotel schools came, did campus interviews, selected many people. And I was one of the desperate guys who chose McDonald's over all these hotels, 5-star hotels, because I didn't have any other choice. Earlier, I regretted a lot, but right now, Alhamdulillah, I chose that decision, and that's why I am here with you at Taj Toastmasters, speaking about that regret which I had long time back, but yet I am happy. Back to you, Toastmaster, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manas. Now let us move to the third topic. Who is the most influenced person in your life? Who is the most influenced person in your life? Before calling the person, I would like to suggest the word of the day, transform, to use in your speeches. I would like to call our guest Praveen. Toastmaster Praveen, could you please try this topic?
Sorry, it's the first time.
You need to read the topic again.
Yep, can you please read it again?
Yes. Who is the most influenced person in your life?
In my life, most influenced person, if I say, you might don't believe, but my son, he's influenced me a lot. He's 5 years old, but he influenced me a lot. I kept his nickname as a Happy. He gives me happy whenever I see him. Whenever I see him, he smiles with his full heart. So I was a person like, I was afraid of public speaking. And I have, especially the public speaking, I can't speak. But whenever I see him, he don't have scared in his mind. He speaks with openly. Whenever you feel, he'll express openly. That was influenced me. Then I started observing. Then I realized, yes, I need to change my life. I need to transform. I have some struggles at the office that my office told me, you need to improve your leadership skills. Then I was searching, how could I do this? Then I was looking at my son, always I feel, yes, I should be like this so that I can improve skills and I can get a good career and I can influence my elder son. He's the same like me. As you know, elder sons always is influenced by his father. They have a lot of influence. So it's like me. So I need to influence him. To influence him, I had to learn myself skills. So I joined Toastmaster Club. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Praveen. You well tried, even though this is your first time, you well tried. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, thank you. Now, let us move to the fourth topic. Transformation from comfort zone is a challenge. Transformation from comfort zone is a challenge. Will you accept? May I call our guest, Anup? Mr. Anup, please unmute.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Really, a transformation from a comfort zone is a very big challenge. In fact, for me, it's a very big challenge. So that's why I am here actually. I came to Saudi Arabia before 7 years. I'm working as an HSC professional. That means I'm helping people to go back after work to their home safely without undergoing injury, without having any issues. So since it is 7 years, and I've been moved to the second company just about 8 months before. And the scenario was totally different. The previous company was a very large organization where I was working under a manager, and there was a very big team under him, and the procedures and the policies were all set, and I just had to follow the daily routine. But when I moved to the second company, the scenario was very big change. I had to challenge with the comfort zone where I have been working with the previous company. Even though I am working as a junior position in my current company, I have to be like a manager. I have to speak with the people from the top to the bottom. So previously, when I was working with the previous company, I had to do the daily procedures, the daily routines. So that was my comfort zone. Now it's for me for the last 8 months. It's I'm trying to come out of my comfort zone so that I can get my potential out. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anu. Really, you come out from the comfort zone. Thank you. With that, let us conclude today's table topic session today. I think today's topic transformed your thoughts to make a new beginning in your life. Now, Mr. Timer, please let us know whether all the table topic speakers are qualified or not.
All are qualified.
Thank you, Mr. Timer. Now, it is a time for voting for best table topic speaker. I will request Mr. Vote Counter for the voting procedures. Thank you. Meantime, thanks everybody. Hope everybody enjoyed today's session. All the table topics speakers performed very well. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raisos, for conducted wonderful table topics. Let's give him a big round of applause. We must learn to live each day, each hour, yes, each minute as a new beginning, as a unique opportunity to make everything new. Imagine that we could live each moment as a moment expecting with new life. Let us now move to the next part of program, which is evaluations. It is done by our general evaluator. For that, we have the very vibrant and fascinating Toastmaster. He is a senior consulting engineer in Saudi Electricity, one wife and one son, the first task president. Today, General Evaluator TTM Kururajan. Please help me to welcome TTM Kururajan to the stage.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, for the nice words. Today, the first day, the first meeting for the whole year. Remember the child. It's so much energy it has got because it sees the world as the new always, new beginning always. So let us all be the children of Toastmasters today, learning more and more with a lot of energy. Energy comes from the new beginning. Now, regarding the evaluation, it also tells a new beginning. Once the Toastmastering has a very nice way of evaluation. It's not like our examination, which we have to be afraid. For the guests and all the Toastmasters, the duty of the evaluator is to first encourage the speaker and then tell the improvements in a sugar-coated way. Then finally again finish with the overall positive things and then improvements. This will definitely encourage all the Toastmasters. So let us not think about the past failures, and we will go ahead with our speeches with a lot of energy and with a new beginning. So I will call the first evaluator because there's a short of time. He is the person which I know personally. He is a leader and he can manage any situation, difficult situation with a calm mind. He's a graduate in physics and diploma in health and safety engineering. Currently working as a health and safety manager in Riyadh Metro. And he's also a member in 2 clubs, Grand Professional and Diplomatic Toastmasters. He's having 1 wife and 2 daughters. So I take this, he's also Assistant Club Coach Director for Division B for year 2020-21. I take this opportunity to invite Toastmaster Sijo Mon to evaluate the speech by Toastmaster Ibrahim Kajigar. Toastmaster Sijo Mon Jos, the floor is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator, DTM Gururajan, for the generous introduction. I honor. Dear Toastmasters and guests, a warm good evening to all. Toastmaster Ibrahim Karjikar, I'm congratulating you because you successfully transformed to the next level of innovative planning, level 4, project 1 to project 2. You start and transform all the audience to your speech. That was the attraction of your vocabulary and the way of speech. All of us was attracted to you. Because we can feel that you are confident to manage your speech. It was awesome. But when we will come to the project core idea is transform your skill, how to manage a audience, the disturbance audience. The time allowed for you to 10 to 15 minutes. The project is required 5 to 7 minutes for your speech. Then rest of the 5 to 7 minutes to improve your skill to deal with the audience, interact with the audience, and accept their question, accept their recommendation, and convince them. That was the core motto of this project. For that, I want to recommend one recommendation. You completed your speech 5 to 7 minutes. That is fantastic. But there was 5 audience. From the audience, 5 speakers came and interact with you. But what I feel that you just listen them, just answer that it was a good question, thank you. Only that was the answer. But just imagine we are in a Toastmaster club, but the core of the project is how to manage outside from the Toastmasters. But I'm sure that if it is happening outside from the Toastmaster, they will ask you different type of questions. You cannot convince that speaker with that answer, with the 1-word answer, with the 2 lines of answer. That the ability we need to improve, that we need to transform ourselves to the next level. I'm sure that if you grasp this one, you will be #1 speaker and you will be #1 person to how to manage. For the next improvement point, what I feel that when you listen to the speech, your face is out of the camera. If you can adjust little bit, that's a technical point of view, if you can adjust your camera, that will be more attractive to the audience. Out of this, you delivered a fantastic speech. Congratulations, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sijomon, and I agree with you, with your evaluation, and I wish this speaker can implement your suggestions. The failure we face every day or every time, they say, is an opportunity to begin the life or the activity still more intelligently. So this is, whenever you have a failure, don't get discouraged. You can always start it with a lot of energy. So let us go to the next evaluator. He is a Toastmaster working as a quality assurance section head at Saudi Ceramics. His diploma in ceramic technology and MBA in industrial engineering. He's a young Toastmaster. He joined only 2 years before, completed level 1 in leadership development. He's married and he's got 2 kids. I take this opportunity to invite Toastmaster Karthikeyan Pondurangan to evaluate the speech by Toastmaster Neetu Ratish. Toastmaster Karthikeyan, the floor is yours.
Thanks for the wonderful introduction, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. First of all, I will congratulate my speaker for his wonderful speech about the communication style. The speech clarity was perfect. It was loud and clear. She started with questions and make the audience awareness. Vocal variety was perfect and excellent. The eye contact also perfect. She was well focused on camera and the screen as well. Gestures was wonderful. She explains the personal stories. It was a wonderful thing. She given his speech in a very good content also based on his own personal stories as well. She make the audience awareness also very good. And I will congratulate once again on behalf of Taj Toastmasters. She was the star performer of their previous company, and it was the first time in their company. It was really one of the best thing. Congratulations, Toastmaster Neetu. She engaged audience completely with his personal stories as well. She delivered the topic, the extraordinary topic about that communication style. One of the best and important things in nowadays, like how to communicate with the people. Many people are struggling for the communication style only, how to communicate. Some people know, but many people, while go for a communication, it was like stuck up. And one of the best thing that we are all here, Toastmasters, to be learned the very good communication style for a public speech. She was delivered a very good speech, and she talked about direct communication style, analytical communication style, initiative and supportive communication style. She recommended all the Toastmasters to follow the communication style according to the situation to make the others happy. Because the final, whatever we have communicate in final, we have to make our speaker, our listener to be happy, and we have to communicate in a proper manner to explain the content. It was one of the best thing she has told as well. At last, I would like to recommend a very few points, some points for his improvement. I have noticed in starting time she has spoken about 4 communication style, but I would like to know, even I was expected that about that initiative and supportive, she will give, if she give more points, it will be very good constructive speech. Thank you. Again, all the best for my speaker. Back to you, Toastmaster. Back to you, the evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthikeyan, for the nice evaluation. Every day night, before I go to sleep, I will forgive myself for all the mistakes. This is a way of new beginning. So tomorrow you learn the mistakes, you have the lessons learned from your mistakes, but you'll be fresh because you already forgiven yourself. With that, also I wish that you also teach your wife how to forgive you. So it will be very much helpful for you to lead your life. The next evaluator is a senior Toastmaster. He's a performer and a leader. He has completed 1 4th and a mentor program. 2 times he's a Triple Crown winner. He was the division champion in humorous speech last year. He is also our present Division N director. At this time, I take this opportunity to invite Toastmaster Naresh Kumar to evaluate the speech by Toastmaster Sundar Ramalingam. That is the distinguished Toastmaster's second speech. Toastmaster Naresh, the floor is yours.
If it does not help you to transform your personal or your career life, there is no point in continuing with Toastmasters. Such a wonderful message delivered by my speaker, Toastmaster Sundar Ramalingam, while executing his DTM project. Fellow Toastmasters, gavels and guests, a good evening. Most of the time, what we would have done was we would have led an event, we would have been the event chair or a contester. So we just transformed into a DTM project. But what DTM Sundar, or the soon to be a DTM Toastmaster Sundar, did was he did a project in his career life and delivered his leadership skills, that aspect, through his speech today. The true meaning he did for the message which he has delivered. It was a clear and crisp presentation. The best thing I liked in the total speech was he has not only shared the success factor, he has also shared the difficulties or the challenges, things where they have missed, like underestimating the number of audience who could join. In overall, it was a fantastic speech, and he started with the need of the project, then connecting with the current pandemic situation, and brought the challenges in organizing, bringing 2 different organizations, bringing keynote speakers and multiple viewers from across the globe. So all the challenges he has established so that we can really feel how successful that project is. A fantastic leadership project delivered, implemented by Toastmaster Sundar, and finished his speech with a strong message, which was connect your skills with the Toastmasters where you need to improve. Overall, it was very nice. However, the champions like Toastmaster Sundar, I would like to challenge him with the 2 things. Number 1, although it was a wonderful presentation, I personally faced some difficulties in following up the speech, especially when the technicalities or the technical terminologies are being involved. Despite knowing few technologies, still I could not connect with you whether it was really successful, whether it was that much challenging, that I could not say. So I suggest if the phase of the speech was slightly lesser or slower in those places, it would give a greater understanding to understand the challenges or the success of the overall project, considering the target audience here. That was one. Number 2, for the champions like Toastmaster Sundar, I always want him to add humor in his speech. When he is delivering such a technical speech, adding a humor would give a lighter tone and will keep the audience very aware. That's it. Wonderful thing. I would like to see him as a DTM very soon. All the best, Toastmaster Sundar. Over to DTM Guru Raja.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naresh, for the nice evaluation. And congratulations to our Toastmaster Sundar to become a DTM soon. People say, do not wait until the conditions are perfect to begin. You have to just begin and the conditions will become perfect. So have a more initiative and start acting to achieve all the results what you want. The next evaluator is having a beard, but he is not old. He is much younger. His whole family is a Toastmaster family. His son is a Toastmaster, and then his grandson is a Gavel Club, and he has got a diploma in hotel management. And he's so younger that each year he wants to start the new club. He is the chairman of L2Q Masters Club, 3 clubs. He's got over 200 members. Great, all because of his initiative. And his hobbies are TikTok in Malayalam. That means much younger. Coaching and preaching his beliefs. So I will take this opportunity to invite Toastmaster Abdul Nazir to evaluate the speech by Toastmaster Maya Krishnan. Toastmaster Abdul Nazir, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the generous word. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. My speaker, Toastmaster Maya Krishnan, had a wonderful speech. Like his name, Maya, the speech feel like magic moment. I felt that I was sitting in an amphitheater, in a magic theater. He started with a quote and his confidence level was excellent. He narrated his experience in the college life. The procedure of selecting a leader by his PT teacher was very interesting. PT master given mango seeds to the 11 group members. All the members changed their seats except Maya Krishnan. That is why the PT master selected Maya Krishnan as a leader for that NSS group. Through this, he revealed that the best quality of a leader is the honesty. I really appreciate Maya Krishnan for this good quality. He provided that through his life. He proved that through his life. Anyway, his speech was excellent, motivative. Being an evaluator, I would like to share my opinion for improving his speech. As a speaker, whenever we got a chance to speak in a public stage, try to utilize the maximum time because time is very precious. So try to utilize the maximum time. Another thing is your conclusion of speech was a little bit hurried. If you would have avoided that point, your speech would have the best. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nazir. And I agree with you that your suggestions and the speaker can take your suggestions for his improvement. In the life, take the first step. And if you think that it doesn't work out, take the next step again and move forward. Each step you take is a new beginning. The new beginning gives you a new thought and the new thinking and new energy and will give you the better results. The next evaluator is a leader. When he was doing the engineering college, he was the president of Students' Union. So already he has the flag for leadership. He is VP Education for 2 clubs. I know as a VP Education, managing 1 club is very difficult, but he's managing 2 clubs. That is Grand Professional is a VP Education, and he's a VP Education of Mobility Never Center Club also. And he's also Area 6 Assistant Club Growth Director. And he's staying in Saudi Arabia for the past 8 years, working as QA/QC manager in MEFC company of Riyadh. He has his parents and wife, his family members. So at this opportunity, I invite Toastmaster Hassan Hussain, which I know very well about his leadership and his performance, to evaluate this table topic speech. Toastmaster Hassan Hussain, the floor is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for this so very kind and humble introduction. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, a warm good evening to all of you. A special greeting to the table topic master who bring in the transforming topics that really help us to transform ourselves by the speakers who guided us through their speeches. Our first table topic speaker, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi, when he was called for the topic, he attended the topic with full of energy as usual, directly catching the audience attention by trying to bring in humor, connecting that towards the marriage life. What is the best transforming moment of your life? And he turned it to the marriage. And that really bring a smile to all our faces. That was the best part. He tried to engage all the audience. It was a great speech with full of energy, with all the capacity, what he can utilize, he can put into the speech, adding humor, good use of stage movement, body movement, gestures, vocal variety. All the components were available in his speech. Also, he ended up the speech with a message that how this marriage has transformed his life to be focused instead how he was before the marriage. I would like to suggest one point for Toastmaster Jijo, that if he would have added some conversation in the speech, this could have made it more attractive and more engaged. Overall, it was a great speech. Congratulations. Moving to the next speaker, Toastmaster Manaz Al-Bukhari. What the choice he missed that he would like to regret. And fantastically, he handled and managed the topic, avoiding the real challenge or real opportunity that he would have missed it. Very wise choice to avoid that. Otherwise, you could have another turning point today in your life. So that was a great speech, adding to the personal story that he has missed the opportunity to work in a hotel in the Maldives. He was so very relaxed while speaking. I saw he was putting his arm on the chair, very relaxed, very comfortably tackling the table topic like he is a prepared speaker. And indeed, we have witnessed him many times speaking impromptu. So that's a skill he delivered here. Something I would like to add, that when you were talking about the Maldives situation, the tsunami happened. Try to add some facial expression when we are talking about the sad moment. Try to bring it on your face, an expression that it could engage us, that it is really a sad moment. That would be making your speech great. Our next speaker was our guest, Praveen. The topic given to him, the most influencing person in your life, and very well connecting to his personal life. And he mentioned the most influencing person in his life to his son. And he explained it very well, how his son has influenced him, although he is still 5 years. But all the way, being a new speaker, he was speaking and he was delivering his speech. I didn't feel that he's a new speaker. He was talking like a regular and comfortable speaker. While speaking, he was so very comfort. He was confident. His eye contact level, it was very nice. I would suggest him, while delivering a speech, if he stand up and speak, we can have witnessed some more body gesture, body movement from him. And try to add some vocal variety when you add on conversation about you and your son. That will make your speech great. Our final speaker, guest Anup, when he was asked the topic that how he transformed, how it is challenging to transform from the comfort zone. He picked the topic very well, connected to his personal story and personal life, the job life, that where he was working in the earlier company with very comfort. There was no challenging, no more challenges in his life. And when he moved to the next job, what are the challenges he faced? He was explaining very well. It was really connected to the topic. He explained it so perfectly and so confidently with his full comfort. I would like to suggest for him to add some stage movement, stand up and speak, try to use some facial gestures and add some humor in between your speech. When you add humor in between the speech, it makes the audience more engaged towards you. Overall, the speech was good. All the speakers were very fantastic. The table topic was good. With this, I conclude. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hassan, for the detailed evaluation. I request the timer to tell whether all the evaluators are qualified.
Thank you, General Evaluator. All evaluators are all qualified except Toastmaster Sijomun and Toastmaster Hassan Hussain. Rest all three are qualified.
Can we go for voting for the best evaluator, please?
Sir, I will share the voting link. You may please proceed.
So during that time, when the voting is going on, we can continue with all the reports from the meeting leaders. May I request the accountant Toastmaster PK Philip to give his report.
Thank you, Toastmaster.
PK Philip.
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, let me congratulate all the speakers for their remarkable performances in providing their speeches. With regards to the counter script and log, I think Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali, he was pitch perfect in his speech. I think it was when he was interrupted with questions that I just discovered, like he used I think, I with, and at one point I. It was only that. Otherwise, normally his presentation was good and there was no issues with the repetition or anything. Regarding Toastmaster Neetu, I just noticed that she used the sound ah 2 times, and the word or was also used as frequently. Then regarding Toastmaster Sundar, the word so was repeated quite a number of times in his speech. Then with regards to the guest Toastmasters, it was their debut table topic speeches, but it was just noticed that the Toastmaster Praveen had used as a filler in between and used the word then a bit of frequently. and Toastmaster Anup also had used 3 times, and the word I and. But since it was their debut attempt, and I appreciate their efforts, and I congratulate all the speakers. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Philip. May I request the grammarian Toastmaster Mohammed Shakir to give his report?
Thank you, General Evaluator. Once again, good evening to all. In as a grammarian, I didn't found that much of issues in the grammatical section, but a few improper usage that I noticed. Like, I am sad, it could be I feel sad. I conveyed the things to him, can be I conveyed to him. Going to give his speech can be going to deliver his speech. Have got confused can be got confused. Without any ado can be without any further ado. Whenever I see him can be whenever I saw him. I being can be I have been. I had to do can be I have to do. You start with can be you started with. He was delivered can be he delivered. And I also noticed some quotes like every day it's a new beginning, publish or perish. Honesty is one of the most important quality in leadership. Give respect and take respect. That's as a grammarian. Thank you. Back to you, Timothy.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Shakir, for your report. May I request the word master, Toastmaster Jabir Ali, to give your report?
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Congratulations to all the Toastmasters. Many Toastmasters use the word of the day, transform. Toastmaster Sundar used 1 time. Toastmaster Maya Krishnan used 1 time. Toastmaster Roy Jose used 5 times. Toastmaster Manaz al-Bukhari used 2 times. Toastmaster Praveen used 1 time. Toastmaster Anup used 1 time. Toastmaster Sijomon Jose used 4 times. Toastmaster Naresh Kumar used 1 time. Toastmaster Hassan Hussain used 5 times. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jabir Ali. May I request the listener, Toastmaster Mohammed Ijaz, to come and ask your questions. It's the most interesting session.
Thank you, Toastmaster General Evaluator. Due to the time restriction, I could ask for a limited number of questions, maybe 1 question from each speaker. Hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Okay. So the respected Toastmaster, the first speaker, Ibrahim, he was referring to the police officer she used to be, or he used to be. So can anyone tell who actually this character related to?
The mother of daughter-in-law.
Yeah, good answer. Yes, correct. It's the mother of the girl. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster. My second question from the second speaker topic, Ms. Neetu. Can anyone elaborate on the different types of communications she was referring to? Yes.
Yeah, there are 4 types she described. First one is initiative, supportive, direct communication style, and the analytical style. 4 types. Thank you.
Correct answer, Toastmaster Iqbal. The third question from the Toastmaster, Dr. Sundar speak. Can anyone tell the name of the sponsor who was sponsoring the project he was actually conducting? Anyone can answer. You want me to repeat the question?
one was King Saud University.
Yes, it was King Saud University and Saudi.
And the second one,
Forum of Action. It was Saudi Society of Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Thank you. And the final question was actually from the fourth speaker, Mr. Maya Krishna. Can anyone tell how many students he was referring to? They were at the class when the PT
11.
masters.
11.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much for all the good answer. And back to you, General Evaluator.
Who is the winner, Toastmaster Mohammad Ijaz? Who answered most of your questions?
I think each one answered the question, and I would say the biggest answer, I could say the second question, the type of communication, because it was the 4 answers clubbed into one. So I would go for Iqbal Qasim.
Okay, great. Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammad Ijaz.
Thank you.
May I request the timer, Toastmaster Surya Gant, to give his report.
Point of order, it is Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal.
Sorry, can I request Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal to give the timing report?
Yes, sir. Can everybody see my screen?
No.
Toastmaster Iqbal, you have to, when you select share screen, please select Excel window in the share screen. Stop screen share and then redo again.
Answer how?
Click share screen and you will see the Excel window and select that Excel window which you want to show.
Okay, fine. Now it's okay?
Yes, great.
Good evening, General Evaluator. Time is change, time is transformation, and time is evaluation. Thanks for all the speakers who have done a great job. And here is the timing sheets for the prepared speech session. Speaker 1, Ibrahim Karchikar, is qualified with 13 minutes and 27 seconds. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Neetu Ramesh, qualified with 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Speaker number 3, Toastmaster Sundar Ramalingam, not qualified because of his extra time of 6 seconds. He got 10 minutes and 36 seconds. Speaker number 4, Toastmasters Maya Krishnan, he is qualified with a timing of 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Coming to table topic session, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi, 2 minutes and 23 seconds qualified. Toastmaster Manas, 2 minutes and 4 seconds qualified. Our guest Praveen, 1 minute and 58 seconds qualified. Guest Anup, 2 minutes and 14 seconds qualified. Coming to evaluation session, out of 5 evaluators who were disqualified, Toastmaster Shijomon Josh, 3 minutes and 58 seconds, not qualified. Toastmasters Karthikeyan, 3 minutes and 10 seconds, qualified. Toastmaster Naresh, 3 minutes and 28 seconds, qualified. Toastmaster Abdul Nazir, 2 minutes and 48 seconds, qualified. Toastmaster Hassan Hussain, 5 minutes and 6 seconds, not qualified. Thank you, and back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammad Iqbal, for the timing report. I thank all the meeting leaders to make this meeting more interesting and valuable. Can we go for voting of the best meeting leader?
Yes, sir. I am sharing the link now. You may please proceed.
Yes, okay. Dear Toastmasters, now I will give my my general suggestions. Today, I really enjoyed being the first meeting for this year, for 2021 to 22. We are celebrating, it's a new beginning today. But we have to think one thing. The next meeting, do you think it's again is not a new beginning? The next meeting, every day, every meeting, you have to see that it's a new start with a fresh mind like a child. Child is the most creative one. And Toastmaster Manas knows because he's always dealing with the children. So how much energy he's got, waving his hands like this, all children. And then, so let that be a beginning. Every meeting, I just request all the Toastmasters to consider that it is the starting. So we learn more. My suggestions, like whenever you make the agenda, especially speeches, please take care that it fits into the timing. If you have too many, like today I have got 12 minutes, 10 minutes, another 3 projects with almost 10 minutes. That's the reason why we are falling short of time. So this should be please taken by the VP Education in future so that all people can perform without stress. And today I really enjoyed the speeches. We know the Taj Toastmasters standards and taking about Toastmaster Ibrahim for his, he delivered speech with all the interruptions, and Toastmaster Neetu giving a new idea about the communications, and Toastmaster Sundar is giving his own thing which is not familiar to us. We learned from this, and Toastmaster Maya Krishnan for his own humor. Yeah, Toastmasters, I want to suggest only 3. I also enjoyed all the evaluations. I enjoyed the whole meeting. One of the things what I think is camera today, most of the people, the head was cut. Maybe I also do the same mistake. So please take care that you are presentable in your camera. Next one, what I find is, Taj Toastmasters is known for the dress code from the beginning. Dress code is as per the Toastmaster principles. If you wear a tie, it's okay. It's not other. If you wear a coat, it's still better. At least minimum, if you can wear a tie, it will be better because it gives you more energy. I would say that because you have a better personality there, enhanced personality. You are already having good personality. With the tie, you have enhanced personality. You will be able to perform well. Another thing, what I think is Toastmaster Neetu. She was giving, speeches with the screen on the background. So we all the people suggest in the past also to have the white background, or this would be better so that you can be, people can hear you better and you will be presentable. With that, I see that it's a most successful meeting. Started in time, ending in time, though it was speeches or more lengthy speeches were there today. I request all of you to transform yourselves to the child, always learning, always energetic. Over to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, General Evaluator TTM Kururajan, for an excellent evaluation section. There are 2 mistakes one can make along the road to truth: not going all the way and not starting, said Gupta. I hope you realize that every day is a fresh start for you, that every sunrise is a new chapter in your life, waiting to be written. I enjoyed being the Toastmaster of the evening. Now I return control to meeting our presiding officer, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar Ramalingam. Back to presiding officer.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam, for that brilliant session. What a new beginning we had today. What a wonderful meeting we had, an exuberant and energetic meeting. There was no dearth of energy level, be it our seasoned Toastmasters or be it our guests or our recently joined Toastmasters. Thank you all for that great job, and a big round of applause for our Toastmaster of the day, the Table Topics Master, and the General Evaluator for conducting a great session. Having said this, let us now move on to the voting for the Big 3. I am now sharing the link for the Big 3 voting. Kindly share, kindly vote for the Big 3. As the voting is going on, I would like to raise a motion to extend the meeting time by 5 more minutes. I would like. Is anyone seconding the motion?
Second the motion.
I would like to second the motion.
Thank you very much. The motion is approved. So we will now extend the meeting for 5 minutes. So it is our convention to take feedback from our guests, like how we expect our guests to learn from the Toastmasters platform. We also want to learn how to improve. So let us learn or hear from our guests their feedback. Mr. Praveen, could you please unmute and give your feedback? A 1 minute short feedback would be appreciated, sir. Mr. Praveen?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Sorry, I can't. It's a great day. It's my second Toast club which I joined. The first one was attended when I was in Dubai, and that was on live, and this was online. It's a really great to meet all the people, and really great day. And I really enjoyed the meeting, and very interesting. Thank you.
Much, Mr. Praveen. May I now request Mr. Rajshekhar? Mr. Rajshekhar, could you please unmute and give us a minute's feedback?
Yes. Firstly, I would say the challenge thrown directly, which is actually, I would say, in a way, it's exciting. And I think that is what you learn joining Toastmaster. And I see a well-organized and disciplined session that has happened today. And I appreciate each and every one who spoke. And I liked the way people were evaluated. And yeah, it was definitely a great learning for me personally. And hopefully I look forward to learn more. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rajshekhar. Now may I request Mr. Parvez Ansari, could you please unmute and give feedback, sir?
Yeah, good evening. Once again, good evening to all Toastmasters. And thanks to join in meeting. And it is a good opportunity I got to express my feeling about this session. As per my view, it was a very good session. It was so informative, knowledgeable, and it is learning, and we can improve our professional career, and we can know the presentation skill, how to express, how to table topic, how to improve our knowledge, and how to access our knowledge, and how to deliver the speech suddenly. And I like the evaluation system. That was really excellent. And all the evaluator and everybody who are participated in this meeting, that was really excellent. And I think definitely I will continue this session in future, and I will not skip any session, and I will try to improve myself also. Overall, as per my view, the overall meeting was good, informative, and it's so excited and interesting. And overall, it is good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Parvez, for joining us. Thank you to our distinguished guests for being part of this occasion today, a great meeting. I wish that you all join us in the journey of Toastmasters at any point in time in the future. Thank you very much. So with that, we now come to the end of the session, and it's now time to see who are our meeting's winners. Excited to know about it, right? So here there are the results. The best prepared speaker is the best tabletop. The best evaluator is Toastmaster Marie, director. The best evaluator is Toastmaster. The best of big three is Toastmaster Dr. Arunachal. Congratulations to all the winners. So with that, we come to the end of the meeting. I now request every one of you to stand up for the national anthem, please. The meeting is officially adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone, for a great meeting. So I had to rush up to adjourn the meeting on time, but there is just one small announcement to